what do you fear the most?
I think the fear is interesting. I fear that I might cannibalize myself in, like, I might be my worst enemy when it comes to growth. Because I'm aware that back in the day, if self sympathy is the way that I used to feel recognized, I will crave sad moments so that I can come across as like, oh my god, something bad has happened to me. After that, when I speak to everyone, I'm like, no one did me wrong. I just chose that perspective.
Yeah.
And it took some kind of like it took some life events for me to be like, okay, this, you are at fault. Nobody else is. And imagine at that time when I was living and I was very confident that I was done wrong, it shakes your foundation. Like, it shakes you like sleep at night.
Yeah.
I'm able to sleep at night because now I know, okay, you're also at fault. And sometimes I feel this treading the line between modesty, self criticism, and overconfidence and arrogance. I hope I'm able to still have people around me who tell me where I am at. Because currently, if I'm kept alone in a room, I wouldn't know if I'm good or bad. It's like my confidence is like a Schrodinger's confidence, right?
Yeah.
Schrodinger's cat. It's in a box. You don't know if it's there or not till someone else doesn't say, hey, that was pretty good. We just shot an episode of Son of a Beach. The opening rap I was very nervous about. So we decided to do it live. And I was like, it's going to be cringe. It's going to be cringe. And I think that became my major fear, that I hope it's not bad. And in that attempt of it's not bad, I will over rehearse and not even look at it. I don't want it to be good. I just don't want it to be bad, which is a wrong metric to be at.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to flip that. But imagine if I'm flipping that on this angle, life, which is like a 360, what else am I not mindful about? So my biggest fear is that I do wrong to someone without realizing. Interesting fun fact. When I watch rom-com films, there is when you watch any rom-com film, there is a part in every rom-com film where the guy or the girl will mess up, and then it's the chase to convince, that airport final chase. I love you. I was wrong. I skip that part, or I watch the rom-com till there, and then I'm like, I hate miscommunication. Everyone is good, and I get really afraid in case I find out there is genuine, purely vindictive and vile, that I haven't encountered in my vibe yet. I'm very afraid if I'm just ignorant.
I have this feeling when those parts happen in rom-coms. Whenever something's going wrong in a movie or a story, I feel this innate, almost like this physical feeling of like, I not want to see this, I want to skip this, I want to leave. I've never articulated the way you just did it. Because I always said, okay, maybe I'm just uneasy. Like, I don't watch horror movies because I'm like, just why would I have to put myself through that? Like, that is not enjoyable for me in any way. Why would I put myself through that?
Okay.
Because I just generally feel uneasy. But this is a different kind of uneasy. It's like, something's going wrong and you're like, I don't want to experience it.
Yeah.
But what you said makes more interesting sense than what I always felt. I always felt that was because I innately am averse to things going wrong in general or anything which is uneasy, because I like things to be like, I used to be a brush it under the carpet person, which I'm less and less of now. And I thought it was that. But what you just said makes a lot more sense from context than how I always looked at it.
Empathetic, right? I feel like with rom-coms, there's an immediate connection of what if it's true. With horror, there's a sense of suspended disbelief.
Yeah.
You can choose to be like, it's in a film. But if it's a rom-com, you want to be, like, there is a little bit of relatability because they play with the strings of the heart and love and all of that. So when that happens, you're like,
how could you do this?
yeah, and that discomfort makes me uncomfortable till today. But like a horror discomfort, like this, champion dying on the field of battle, I'm like, oh, this is great. And based on true story, I'm like, oh, that is good. A fictional work where a guy just messed up or a girl messed up goes deeper than actually finding out this happened. So I think that it's probably, maybe because you're a high empath, I'm presuming.
I'm hoping. I oftentimes think about that because I feel we all veer towards being self-centered and having empathy, and I have that range. But I feel that the more you work on yourself, you almost figure out when you're in which side. and you almost like self-correct before that actually happens, because the
Yeah.
tendency is a lot in that way. Did that make you rethink things? If it did, make sure you check out the full episode.